Welcome back to another episode of Playing Around Wisconsin. This journey began in late 2024, and 2025 promises to take you to new places around the state, hopefully inspiring you to see them for yourself. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of Playing Around Wisconsin. Hello everybody, welcome again to another episode of Playing Around Wisconsin. We're in Arcadia Country Club today, and I'm excited to bring a course that I really appreciate and really enjoy playing. Tried to get a video of this last year, but had some user malfunctions and user errors. So it's a beautiful day, right on Memorial Day weekend, and a great place to play some golf. So sit back, relax, have some fun, and let's enjoy this round. About 45 minutes north of La Crosse. The drive into town on Highway 93 is second to none. It's absolutely gorgeous. Today was only my third time playing Arcadia Country Club, and each time I've been there, the place has been absolutely slammed. That, of course, is great news for a place like this in a small town, and with a bar and restaurant connected to the golf course, this place is always buzzing with activity. Arcadia is only a 9-hole course and maxes out at 2,934 yards from the back tees and is 2,405 yards from the front tees. So overall, it's an easy course to walk. The first hole is a dogleg left par 4 that has a lot of area on the right for a bailout in case you miss the fairway. Chunking a 3-wood is not any ideal way to start, but at least I was left with about 170 yards to the flag. So if you're going to miss off the tee, missing short and right will still give you the best chance to get up close to the green and still save a solid score. The putting surface drops off pretty sharply on the left side of the green, but otherwise remains a fairly flat green, one of the more flat greens at Arcadia Country Club. It was an ugly par, but a par nevertheless. Hole number 2 at Arcadia Country Club is a 328-yard par 4 from the back tees, with a water hazard at about 215 yards from those back tees. So, laying up really is the only play here, just because the expanse of that water hazard goes from the width of the fairway. Your second shot's going into a green that slopes pretty significantly from back to front, so anything you hit into it will probably not roll out too much. And a wimpy chip shot did me no favors here, but I like this angle on the left side of the green because you can see how it spills off on the left and slopes from back to front. I would argue that the greens at Arcadia are really the defining feature of the golf course. Three straight par 4s open up the 9 holes at Arcadia, each getting progressively shorter. Hole number 3 is 291 yards from the back tees and 253 from the front tees. There are a couple of trees that stick out amongst the tree line lining between the third and the second hole that act as an aim point and something you can hopefully try to clear with your tee shot. My 3 times playing this course, I've had 3 poor tee shots on this hole, making it a lot more difficult for me to have a score that I want. And this third green has a lot of character to it, with a lot of different slopes and bumps and knobs that you have to keep in mind. Not a real straight putt on this green. As you reach the 4th hole, just keep in mind that this is going to play a little bit longer than you might shoot with your rangefinder or see from the tee markers on the scorecard. The green is pretty big, but is protected by 2 sand traps, short left and short right. So you got to make sure you have enough club to get there from the tee box. Had I heeded my own advice, I might have been in a different position off the tee, but I hit a really nice pitch shot, left it below the hole, and gave myself a solid chance to get up and down for par. Not only is the green huge, but it does slope quite a bit from back to front, and thankfully I was able to get up and down for par after bogeying the last 2 holes. The 5th hole, in my view, and according to the scorecard, for the men's handicap anyways, is the toughest hole at Arcadia. Out of bounds runs along the right-hand side of the hole. You have trees on both sides of the fairway to deal with. Missing right could put you out of bounds, and missing left, like I did off the tee here, will put you in a really strange side hill lie, likely having to manage some of those old growth trees that are scattered in between the holes. The green is protected by another tree just on the left-hand side of it. You can see that hanging over my left shoulder there. And another wildly sloping, fast green at Arcadia makes this a really tricky and challenging par save. Putting your tee shot in the fairway is going to give you a much better chance at a better score on this hole. Neither of the par 5s at Arcadia Country Club are very long, and this hole, number 6, only goes to 461 yards from the back tees. From the back tees, it's about 290 yards to reach the crest of the hill that runs through the fairway, and anything short of that is going to give you a blind second shot towards the green. Missing the fairway to the right is going to give you a better look than missing on the left, as the grove of trees on the left side of the fairway is thick enough for you to lose your ball in pretty easily. So, due to the length of the hole overall, if you have to lay up, you'll still have a good chance of saving a solid score. Hole number 7 is incredibly unique. There's a black and white post in the middle of the fairway that's 120 yards away from the green. That's a perfect aim point, but if you miss that aim point and hit a poor tee shot like mine, you can see the slope from the top tier to the bottom tier, plenty of space to miss, just as long as you are not left or long. I was pretty pleased to be able to get such solid contact on the club face with the ball so far below my feet, thankfully avoiding the bunker that protects the right side of the green, and almost chipped in for a birdie. Short enough to tap in with my wedge. The 8th hole is the second and last par 3 at Arcadia Country Club. The blue and white tees have 2 separate teeing areas that will vary depending on the day you go to play. The boxes were set up on the low side today and just missed short and to the right. This green is incredibly slippery. You can see from this angle here just how much it slopes from back to front, and when I played this course late in the fall, I had trouble keeping the ball on the green, even at all. Thankfully I wasn't recording that day, so you guys weren't subjected to a 4-putt, which would have been moderately embarrassing. So needless to say, making that par putt was a huge relief for me. The 9th hole at 456 yards from the back tees runs moderately parallel to the other par 5 hole number 6. So both tee shots on the par 5s are fairly similar. You have some tree trouble that comes into play on the right. A better miss on this hole is to the left, just because the thickness of the trees on the right. So, the 6th hole has trouble on the left, the 9th hole has trouble on the right. Both holes are pretty forgiving if you miss their tee shot in the proper spots. I did not do a great job of lining up this putt beforehand, and definitely did not see it breaking this much to the left at the end. But you live and you learn, and hopefully you'll learn too, watching that putt and getting your butts out here and checking out Arcadia Country Club yourself. Courses like Arcadia Country Club are the exact reason why I was inspired to create this channel. Strong local connections between the golf course and the community really reminded me of being back home. Easy in many areas, but challenging in just as many other areas, Arcadia is a place that's worth a trip and a return. Get on out here, see it yourself, but don't take my word for it. As always, I'm grateful for the views and thankful for any sort of likes, comments, subscriptions, shares. Get the word out there and keep watching. We'll see you next time.